Okay. All right, we're gonna make this happen here. I was just asking, is this like a Monday or something? No, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. What's going on here behind the scenes is I've got a lot of technology working behind the scenes here, and I had everything set up. Everything was all ready to go. Everything was ready to go, and I had one little bug that I had to work out. And in working out that bug, why the whole Mac system, we're using a Mac system, it flipped. It flipped on me. So that's the crazy thing about it. I had to do an update, right? I had to do an update. And so I wanted to at least share with you, just jump online. I'm going to do things a little rough today. We're still going to try to have the same fun. If you're joining on here for Medicare and such, I've been doing this streaming thing, for a long time, but with technology and things like that, why it's crazy. So just a little what I've got going on behind the scenes. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 monitors up right now, soundboard, and this is going to be a whiteboard. We're going to do some teaching here on the whiteboard is what we're going to do here in just a second here. So I guess I appreciate everybody's patience here in getting everything all lined up, and I am going to proceed on here as we go. Good morning, and my coffee is cold. It is cold now because of everything going on. But the reason why you're here is because of the fact that Medicare has a new window right now that's open, and the window is open specifically during this October 15th through December 7th. Now, we're still a few days off from October 15th, but I thought I'd take the opportunity to do some education as to what's going on here. Okay. Well, that's what's going on here. That is a scene that is going away. So let's just get to the next scene here. So one of the reasons why I do this is because of this particular thing here. This is critical for all retirees to get a hold of. There is a health care expense that we all face. Some retirees will face it greater than others. And so that is why Fidelity does this research every single year. And you can see here that their recent research from 2022 was $315,000 average for a couple. Obviously, some of them are going to be for greater expense. Some are going to be lesser expense. But the point of it is that it is incredible to see how much expense people are actually having to play with. It's mind-boggling, right? Your savings is supposed to be able to sustain you all the way through retirement, and yet at the same time, healthcare expenses come in and take over, right? Healthcare expenses take over. It is quite crazy how that works. So this is kind of why I'm trying to get up and get out there and make retirees know that, hey, we've got healthcare expenses, and so this is the time of year we can go over that a little bit closer. If you've got questions, comments, drop them in the chat, and I'll try to answer those as we go along. Moving on to news that you can use, and you're seeing some of the stuff here behind the scenes. And so let me just pop this up here, and we are going to talk specifically about mistakes. And so I'm going to get over here and refresh this screen here so that we can do it. MarketWatch just brought this out here. And well, let's see here. It's not going to allow me to, let's do this. MarketWatch, I just came across this incredible website article that just came out from MarketWatch, and I guess they want me to read it for them. So I'm going to try to go at it a little differently here, and bear with me as I run into this problem here too. Let's see if we can play this out here, because I saw this come out, and I thought, wow, I have got to share this. Just literally came out today. And so Let me hone this in a little bit here. Give me a second here. I'm going to make a switcheroo. Again, this is all live. This is not pre-scripted. So we are just having some fun to, create stress. It certainly does create stress, but I love being able to share what we got going on here along the way. And so we're going to go over this mistake that Medicare Advantage plans. Okay, see, this is why it's important to get a hold of this, because right now is the time of the year that Medicare Advantage plans are going to be discussed. All right, so I think I got that. I almost got that filled up there. I'm just trying to work on this here, trying to get this screen. There we go. All right, very good. So here we are. This is the Avoid These Mistakes. This is coming out from NerdWallet over on MarketWatch. Avoid these mistakes if you're shopping for Medicare Advantage. Let's get over this here. Don't be seduced by dental coverage and zero premiums. Here are common pitfalls of Medicare Advantage. Again, published today, October 10th, this morning. And I'm going to briefly go over these things here from NerdWallet and MarketWatch here. Only 3 in 10 Medicare beneficiaries shop around during open enrollment. I want to pause right there and talk about that for what I believe everybody should be shopping right now, specifically for the. I really believe everybody right now should be analyzing their healthcare expenses, whether it's your Medicare Advantage plan or your prescription drug plan or your Medicare supplement plan. Now's the time to do it. I'm going to share with you more information how I offer an engine that you can jump in and put stuff in and go from there. But I think it's extremely important to see this time of year based on this particular thing. All right. So basically only 3 in 10 Medicare beneficiaries are doing that during this time. And I really believe that should be a greater number because, again, Medicare costs, medical costs are going up, and now's the time to be looking at it. All right, let's get on down here. Yes, the enrollment is from October 15th through December 7th. You can see that right there. That is when we are in this window, and this is the time to be looking at these things very carefully. Although potential Medicare Advantage enrollees may be swayed by zero premiums and extra perks like vision and dental coverage, there are more important features to explore when you're choosing next year's coverage. So good. So good. It's exactly right here. Okay, here's mistake number 1. Thinking Medicare Advantage is Medicare. If you're considering Medicare Advantage, understand that it's not the same thing as government-provided Medicare. It offers the same benefits, but Medicare Advantage is run by private health insurance companies, and it operates differently. Make note of it. Make note of it that it is something that is managed by the companies, not by Medicare at that point. Okay, your Medicare does not go away. It's just being managed by some other thing. Mistake number 2, assuming your doctors are network. I can't tell you strongly enough how critical it is to make sure and find your doctors. If you're using a Medicare Advantage plan, then make sure they're in the network. And if not, or make sure the hospital's in the network as well. Now, if you want to do a Medicare supplement plan, then there's generally no networks, and we love it. We love it going where we want. So we don't have to worry about number 2 here if you're using a Medicare supplement plan, okay? Number 3, not checking your drug coverage. Not checking your drug coverage. I'm telling you something, that is a big deal. The formularies change. Congress makes changes. Your health changes. Pharmacies are changing, going more online. All of that's a big deal. And my number 1 goal, folks, my number 1 goal this go around, this 2.5 months, is to see if I can save you $200 or $400 or $800 or $1,000 in combined expenses, premiums, and or drug expenses. I've done this in the past, been doing this for retirees for 15 years. And in doing so, it's important to say, can we save money next year? The only way to do it is to put it into an engine to see what kicks out the bottom. And when we kick out the bottom, we say, oh, our current plan is going to be, our current plan is going to cost me $800 on the drug plan. And we can come in, we can find a plan that's $500 for the plan and the drugs altogether. There's $300 savings there. Is that a big deal? That is a big deal. And it's a big deal because gas prices now are at $5 a gallon. I don't know if they're going down, especially here in the state of Washington. If you're in Oregon, Idaho, whatever it is, these gas prices are up. Income taxes are going up probably here in a couple of years. Everything just keeps going up. But can we stabilize your healthcare expenses, particularly your prescription drug plans and your premiums as well? All right. So let's get on over to keep going here. Let's look at this number 4 mistake. Number 4 is what MarketWatch is bringing up: buying for the dental benefits. Medicare Advantage plans usually include benefits that aren't part of original Medicare, such as dental, vision, or health coverage. These extras may be appealing, but don't let them steer you in your plan choice. That's a good one. Don't let them steer you. Too many people get steered into that. And I'll say that with gym memberships. Years ago, I want my gym membership. Well, great. How much have you used a gym? Well, I haven't really. Okay. Don't let your gym membership, don't let your dental plan steer you in the direction of the plan. First of all, it's health insurance. So how it's going to cover your health care providers and your medications, says Katie Votova, who holds a doctorate in health economics and nursing and is president founder of Good Care, a consulting firm based focused on the economics of Medicare. If you pick your plan for a benefit that isn't health insurance, you're often picking wrong, and the dental benefit is pretty limited on all these plans. Okay, so very, very good to see you have to look at this item number 5, mistake number 5, looking at the premium only. This really, really goes for 2 things. Number 1, it goes for your drug plan. Some people shop drug plans based upon, if you're doing an individual drug plan, they're shopping on premium alone. Don't do that. Don't do that. And then here what they're saying is research the rest of the plan's cost before you sign, including deductibles, copays, coinsurance, and out-of-pocket maximum, which is the most you might have spent on a covered year. In 2023, the out-of-pocket can be as high as $8,300 in network. In network. I'm telling you, folks, this is where the surprises come. This is where the regrets come. It's when someone's finally faced with this, they got an aha moment, and they all of a sudden hit up there, and they go, man, that zero premium plan might not have been everything. Okay? I love this. Mistake number 6. Because your friend has it. How many times has the fishing buddies got it? The gal down at the salon has it. My neighbor has it. Whatever. People eligible for Medicare are bombarded for information during open enrollment, and it can be overwhelming. They don't shop. They go with name recognition, what their friend has. Okay? Focus. This is so good. Focus on your situation and find the plan that meets your needs. And that is why I say it is personal, not the plan. Personal, not the plan. What do I mean by that? I mean by that is we have to look at your drugs first. We have to look at your medical providers first. We have to look over your overall needs first. And then we can look at plan options after it. But so many people are just jumping right back, smack into the, whatever the TV has to offer or whatever is going on. That's the crazy thing about it. Okay. So I hope that helps, talking about the 6, coming right out of MarketWatch today, the 6 mistakes that people are making. They're avoiding these Medicare Advantage mistakes, and that is what's going on there. All righty. If there's any questions on the counter, we're happy to take those along the way. I got something special today I am bringing up on the deck here. Instead of setting up a set schedule, I thought, let's just take this randomly. Of course, it's going to be interesting now because my whiteboard is kind of fritzy. So we're going to go for this here, and let's see if we can have some fun. It's called Spin the Wheel. So let's take a peek here at this thing here. Look at that wheel there. Wheels are spinning there, and it's got lots and lots of topics on there. So we're going to give the wheel a spin. We're going to pick up a topic and go with it. Before I do that, I'm going to glass of water because I get thirsty. All right, let's spin the wheel. All right, let's see what's going on here. Let's see what it spins to. Let's see what it's coming up with. Ah, Part A with Pitfalls. Part A with Pitfalls. All righty, so we're going to do a little whiteboard job on this, so bear with me as we do this. Let's do it. Let us do it. So let's jump on down into here for a second, and you're going to see this right here. All right. Part A with Pitfalls. So that's going to be, is that going to wig everybody out if I do it like that? I'll try to do it like that. Oh, let's see. How's it work? All right. I would normally be doing this on an iPad. The iPad fritzed this morning, and then I have another system, and that fritzed as well. So let's talk about Part A. Part A is your hospitalization, okay? This is what you see on your Medicare card. And Part A has a date, as you know, right? Has a date sitting there. This is your hospitalization. You've paid for this when you have been working, right? You have been working all your life, and so the hospitalization is being taken care of. There is no premium for this. So far, so good. You do have a deductible. The deductible, what is it, up to $1,800, $1,900, $2,000? Let's just call it 18. There we go, $1,800 deductible if you end up in the hospital. And this can be times as many visits as you do it, separated by 60 days or so. So you can have multiple visits in the year, all right? It also takes care of skilled care. Sorry about that. That's skilled care. Skilled care, okay? So you get 0 to 20 days taken care of by Medicare. And then you have 21 through 100 days. You got copays. So far, so good. Your exposure, folks, your exposure here. Multitasking here, huh? Your exposure on this. Trying to figure out how this thing works. Tip it one way, it goes the other way, it goes the other way. Your exposure is your copay sitting there. Let's see if I do it this way. Does this work? Ah, there we go. And this deductible, if you keep hitting this deductible, that's your exposure, okay? It also covers, I'm so apologize. This was literally a last minute gig on this. The last thing here, it also carries hospice. Okay. Now, having said all that, I want to go and talk about the pitfalls. And I didn't have this teed up, but there was a 2020 segment done that talked about the pitfalls associated with hospitalization. There may be times, and this I'm speaking to you particularly if you have original Medicare. If you have just Part A and B, then you could be exposed pretty well on this. Okay, you have no other coverage but A and B. It's called original Medicare. Because what is happening, and this is the pitfall, what is happening is people are getting into the hospital. They're spending quite a few hours in the hospital, and yet they are not admitted. They are under observation, okay? And so what happens is you don't have that deductible of the $1,800, whatever, for the hospitalization. You're under observation, so that means that you're an outpatient still, and by being an outpatient, you're still paying 20% of the bill. That's the pitfall. And so under observation, your bill may be $5,000, maybe $10,000. Who knows what it could be? You could be in there for 12 hours and you're under observation, and by doing so, you find yourself in an outpatient scenario, and there's the quick pitfall. I will also share a pitfall as well, just happened with a neighbor here in the last 2 months where it was an aha moment for me where she was on hospice. And this has to do, we talked about part A, taking care of skilled care, but care coming in the home to help someone during that time. That's not a hospice thing. Hospice is just coming in to visit, monitor the drugs, do whatever, but to have an actual caretaker is going to come out of your pocket. And we found that out. The family found that out. And the challenging thing is that it is really difficult to get licensed care providers to be hopping in the next day, right? Because some individual has an issue and they have an issue and it's like, we need help now. We need help now. And yet at the same time, licensed care providers can be 7 days out. There's interview processes that goes in, there's getting into the system, all that's going on. It is absolutely critical for getting somebody in right now. So that's for another topic, another day. How about we do, what do we got here? Spin the wheel. Let's do one more time on the spin the wheel, huh? Let's do that. I think that was kind of fun. So let's do the spin the wheel feature and let's close that. And let's do this one more time. Let's throw another topic up on the deck here. What do we got here? All right. After 65 and working, let's talk about this one. This is a good one. So if you are in over 65 and you're still working, okay, then that is a great thing. I applaud you in that because there's a lot of people that are doing this and it's just awesome. So you're not on Medicare Part B. You're on Medicare Part A, but not B, because Part B is going to be something where your employer plan may be picking this up. I would also talk about this topic, and because I'm dealing with a large retiree group right now, a large retiree group that is over 65, yet they still have an employer-based retiree group, okay? So what I'm getting at, if you're working and you're going to retire, or if you're retired and on an employer plan, this is something to listen up on here. And that is, you can come out of your employer plan, whether you're working for the employer and you're going to retire, or you are retired and you're on the employer plan, you're coming off of it. You can do so and come off into a guarantee issue situation. And like I said, working with this group and doing a lot of research on this, and it is important to see the fact is that you do have that ability to jump in and get from HR a letter saying so-and-so has coverage at the expiring at the end of December 31st. This letter then allows you to get a private Medicare plan, and a private Medicare plan is allowing you to then choose from a spectrum of everything that's out there, frankly, and that's the cool thing. So that's the that's the topic, is after 65 and working, or after 65 and retired with an employer plan. When you leave that employer plan, there can be some very good options for you. And yet at the same time, if you have health issues, there's a guaranteed situation going on as well. So I hope that helps. There's some great options when you're leaving an employer plan in terms of coming off into that. Okay, so that is about it for today. There's a couple different topics that I wanted to pop up there, and sorry about the whiteboard. Sorry about the technical issues. I am streaming tonight, so I am planning to stream tonight, 7:30 PST. It's on the Facebook. I'll jump it over on the YouTube as well. We're going to stream this and do some more of this, and I'll work out the technology bugs by that time. And we'll spin the wheel again. If you've got questions in the meantime, drop them in the chat. We'll go over them together. A lot of good things coming in there. If you're from a county that Medicare has sent you a letter saying your Medicare Advantage is leaving, we can talk about that as well. And or if you are in a county, and this is happening as well, if you're on a Medicare Advantage plan and you are in a county that has one hospital, I'm just going to pause for a moment. This is a big deal. One hospital, and the hospital isn't taking your Medicare Advantage plan? Yeah, be concerned about that. Now's the time to be making that change. If you've got a situation where you've got one hospital and that hospital is not taking your Medicare Advantage plan, that's solemn. That's a big deal. It's time to make a change. I say get full freedom. In fact, tonight, my assistant Claudia is on here too. Let's talk about bundled versus unbundled. We'll talk about that tonight. I think that'll be a good topic, bundled versus unbundled, because we got to have more of this. So in the meantime, if you wanted to drop on down, you can drop over here real quick, like MedicareWithMark.com/compare, and that allows you to dive in and enter your information to get the process rolling. This is where you get to enter your prescription plans. This is where you get to enter in your pharmacy and your doctor network. That's a big deal. And then a scope of appointment. I didn't talk about it much today. Scope of appointment. Medicare rule says that you have got to have a scope of appointment to speak to somebody, and you have to wait 48 hours. And so we have those standing by as well. And then I'm working on this yesterday and over the weekend, doing some sales webinars coming up directly here in Oregon, Washington, and Idaho specifically. And we'll be getting that information out as soon as we get those approved. Okay. So that is everything. Sorry again for the technology. It makes me sweat, but it's always good to know that I'm here and able to visit with people along the way. Happy to support people along the way. And so with that, let's go ahead and if you want to jump in, tell people about getting in tonight, 7:30, or tomorrow morning. We'll have it all worked out. We'll go over some more topics, and always do a little demonstration. It's always good. So with that, look forward to seeing you either tonight, tomorrow, Wednesday, or Thursday on the streams. Talk to you soon.